Are you a personal trainer looking to crack the 10K a month code, but you're just not really sure where to start? By the end of this video, you'll have a clear 5 step-by-step process on exactly how to not just start your online fitness business and get your clients incredible results, but also how to land your first clients and make $10,000 per month and how to consistently do it time and time again. This is the 2025 updated version. Times have changed. In 2025, social media is more frustrating than ever, but there's still hundreds of personal trainers, if not thousands, out there who are struggling with long hours in the gym, being underpaid and overworked. I know because only 6 or 7 years ago, I was there. In 2019, I had gotten fired from LA Fitness at where I thought I would be safe at, right? You think that you have security at a job because it's a reliable paycheck, but I found that safe meant being fired, and all of a sudden I lost everything. And I was really passionate about personal training, but I wasn't too much of a fan of being underpaid, overworked, and undervalued. You know, the long hours, the cap of my income, and the job basically just dictating how much you work, what time to be there, and how many clients you're able to even coach just really sucked, to be honest with you. And there's nothing more than I wanted than to be successful, to be able to run my own business, and for people to actually look up to me as a leader. And so it's crazy because what I thought to be the worst moment of my life, me getting fired, especially with responsibilities. I was a 28-year-old man, right? 29 years old. I had all these responsibilities like rent, you know, and paying that rent was obviously a big detriment. It would be really tough to pay that rent if I got fired. And so I thought it would be the worst time of my life. Like, how am I actually going to pay this? But it actually ended up being a blessing in disguise. It's almost like God sent someone to me. And a guy reached out to me, a mentor, and he taught me how to go online. And at first, I thought it would be extremely challenging, and I even thought that it would be impossible. But little did I know, within 30 days, I was able to make $10,000 per month and change my life. Now, there's a caveat to what I just said. I know you're probably like, that's impossible. 30 days to grow a business that fast is insane. Now, just listen here for a second. I am a complete madman. Like, more than likely, you probably won't hit $10,000 your first 30 days. I'll be honest with you. More than likely, you're going to have to grind for 3 to 6 months, especially if you don't have support, accountability, and someone that knows what they're doing helping you. I fortunately, had a lot of grit in me. I went through a lot of adversity. I went through jail, went through drug addiction. And so for me, there was nothing more than I wanted to succeed. So I was putting hours every day into this, into studying, into implementation, into sales calls. So I worked hard to get to where I'm at. And at that point, I also had the advantage of getting fired. So I had nothing but time on my hand to focus on the business. Now, that's not to say that you won't make 10K a month and you cannot do that while, working a 9 to 5. I work with over 1,200 personal trainers at this point, and I can tell you 99% of them grew their business while working 9 to 5s, while having kids, while facing normal life shit. And so that's just an excuse if you're going to try to say, well, hey, Eric, I can't do it because I have a 9 to 5. That's bullshit, if we're being honest here. Like, if you feel like that, then business probably just isn't for you if you're waiting for the right time. So anyways, that's my story. 3 years down the line, I was able to scale that online fitness business to 50K a month. Then I started PT Legends, and I helped, in the past 4 years, helped 1,200 plus personal trainers scale their online fitness business. So I know a little bit about a little something, something. With over 3,000 clients that I've served online between fitness and business, I know how to get customers. I know how to start a business successfully, and I know how to keep customers as well. So without further ado, now that you know my story, my background, my history, it's time for you to learn how you can create that same exact reality for yourself, to have financial freedom, to have time freedom, and to be able to make as much money as you want. And this isn't about being greedy or about getting rich. This is just about financial security. This is just about being able to not have to worry about living check to check, to be able to travel when you want to and not worry about taking days off. That's what this is about. That's what building a business is about, and impacting and changing lives. So with that being said, your first step is going to be your offer, right? You need something to sell before you can get customers. Now, it doesn't have to be a masterpiece before you sell. This is where a lot of people go wrong. A lot of people are like creating websites, logos, and things that you don't necessarily need to make $10,000 per month. I'm not saying that a website and a funnel and your logo isn't important, but they're just things that you don't need in the beginning. I didn't use a funnel at first. I strictly just used Instagram and Facebook, and that was it. So your first step is to set up your offer. Now, there's 4 components that go into a killer online fitness coaching offer. The first component is you need to know the result that your ideal avatar wants to get. So maybe that's losing 30 pounds. Maybe that's getting chiseled abs. Maybe that is gaining muscle. Whatever it is, you need to know the dream outcome that your customer wants. Number two is you want to have a clear, defined, actual timeline on how long it's going to take them to get from A to Z, right? It's up to you. The shorter the time frame, the more valuable your offer is going to be. So that's going to be the second component, is how long is it going to take you to get them to that dream destination. The third component is how much effort and sacrifice can you remove from their plate to get them from, A to Z. The more effort and sacrifice that you can remove from your ideal customer, like the less work they have to do to go from A to Z, the more valuable your offer becomes. Number four is that they actually have to believe that they can get there. And there's a few ways that you can increase the actual confidence in your offer or the certainty in them believing the program itself. You know, Alex Hormozi says doing guarantees. I think they're a little bit watered down. I'm not as smart as Alex Hormozi. I'm also not as wealthy as him. But I would say that guarantees sometimes are kind of getting played out. But I like the guarantee of like, we'll work with you for free if we don't help you lose 30 pounds in 90 days, because then you're not dealing with people with the wrong mindset where they're just coming in to get their money back. You know, a lot of people do money back guarantees. I don't really like that because some people go into your program like 1 month in and they'll just quit and they'll be like, I want my money. And you're like, well, why? Like, we haven't even finished the 90 days. And it's like, well, I haven't lost 90 pounds yet. And you're like, well, no shit, asshole. Like, it's been 30 days. Of course you haven't lost 90 pounds. And they go into this, like, into the program, just kind of like peek through the door and see how it's going to go, and then still ask for their money back. And I haven't experienced that many times, but I just feel like people go into the program with a better mindset when they're financially committed into a long-term program, like 3 to 6 months, right? So that being said, that's the 4 components of your offer. So you want to create an offer, you know, the way that you create an irresistible fitness offer is, once again, you want to know the timeline that they're going to get there, the actual result that they want, and how you're going to decrease as much effort for them that you can, like as much stuff you can take off their plate, and then they actually have to believe it, okay? Now, the actual components that you're selling is, you're just going to use an application called Trainerize. I'll leave a link to that below so that you can sign up. Trainerize is going to allow for you to coach and manage people worldwide. Inside of Trainerize is workout videos, okay? And this is where the big leverage gap is between in-person training and online. In-person training, you have to physically be there, right? Your income is capped by your time. There's only so many hours in a day that you can work. You can go ahead and work 12 hours a day and make, you know, $2,000, $3,000 a day, sure, but eventually you're probably gonna get burnt out. So instead, with online fitness coaching, you charge per package. So for example, our average student is charging $1,500 for a 3-month program. Now, I know a lot of you are saying that, hey, that's a ripoff, that's impossible, you're greedy for that, but just listen to me for 2 seconds. Like, there's a lot of trainers charging $100 per session. If they get 2 sessions per week, that's 2, 4, 6, 8 sessions per month, right? At $100 a piece, that's $200 a week. So that's $800 a month, which means for 3 months, it's coming out to be actually more for in-person training for less value. Because with online fitness coaching, they're getting nutrition, they're getting accountability, and they're getting your one-to-one support, and they're also getting the workouts, right? So they're getting a complete lifestyle change, a complete transformation, and that's what makes online fitness coaching powerful. And the tool that you're going to use for this, once again, is Trainerize. I have another video that you can go find in my YouTube that will show you how to use it. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but Trainerize is going to have a library of exercises, which means in 2 days, you can get a full custom 90-day program completed. So 4 hours, you can probably get a 90-day custom program together. That quick, that easy. Inside of there, it already has the workout videos, every exercise that you can imagine. It also has nutrition that AI actually creates the nutrition plans for your customer based on their weight, their height, their activity level, etc. So we'll customize it for them, and it's very easy to use. Now, you can also set up automated messages, automated follow-ups, automated check-ins with their weight, their height, with their pictures for your check-ins. So that way there you can actually measure the results that they're getting and hold them accountable to what they're doing. Honestly, this is the biggest thing that people pay for online, is the accountability, is the support, is you telling them what to do. Because a lot of times for weight loss, information isn't the problem, it's the actual implementation, right? There's a lot of people who know that they need to eat chicken and broccoli to lose weight and show up to the gym 5 times a week. I think we all know that by now. It's 2025, you got ChatGPT, you got Google, you got Muscle Magazine, you got commercials hitting them in the head every 2 seconds. Everybody knows that if you eat chicken and broccoli 5 times a week, like everybody knows that you can lose weight doing that. It's not rocket science. And as long as you take like 10,000 steps a day, you're going to drop body fat. But why do people pay you to tell them to do that? It's because the accountability, their skin is in the game when they pay. When people pay, they pay attention. This is where it's kind of like a placebo effect for online fitness coaching. So now we have our program together. Just to recap, we got trainer eyes, and what you're going to give them is training, nutrition, and accountability. You want to do once a week check-ins. Those once a week check-ins are going to consist of you having them fill out a form. That form is going to have a series of questions. What's their current weight? How are they feeling? How are they performing with inside of the gym? Are the workouts too hard? Are they too easy? How's your nutrition going? You know, you want to get a good pulse check on how they're feeling with their nutrition, the exercise, etc. That way there you can iterate and change the plan if need be. So you change the roadmap for your customer a little bit. Second thing is you want to collect pictures every single week. I used to have my check-ins on Thursdays. That way there I had time to be able to change their nutrition plan if needed. And Monday, they had from Thursday to Monday to go food shopping and prepare Monday for their new nutrition plan. Okay, so that gives them a substantial amount of time to be able to get ready. And then the third thing, if I didn't say this, was pictures. You want weight, and you want to actually text them, right? Now, once they fill out that form, they send you the pictures, and et cetera, and so on and so forth, you can go ahead and use an application called Loom to send over a quick 5-minute video reviewing the results, the progress, or lack thereof. Or you can just schedule a one-to-one call with them for 15 to 30 minutes. And this is where the hard accountability and support comes in. Okay, so this is how you support someone online. And believe it or not, this is where the high leverage comes from. People will pay you $1,500, $3,000, and more for an online fitness coaching program. So you do the math. If we're charging $2,000 per customer, to make 10 grand a month, all we need is 5 clients. If it takes us only 2 hours or 4 hours maximum to create a full plan for 3 months for someone, that's like 8 hours of work to make $10,000 per month on the actual fulfillment side. Compared to actual in-person training, how long would that take you? At $100 per session, I mean, I can't do the math at the top of my head. I don't have a script in front of me. I'm literally just talking to you guys, real, genuine, and authentic. I mean, it's going to be a lot of hours. Am I right? Cool. So now that we got step 1 covered, which is our offer and our packaging, step 2 is to actually launch your business officially, is the marketing piece. Okay. So what you're going to do, and what worked for me, is officially launching it with what's called a 5 people post. But before the 5 people post, which I'll show you how to do that in a second, I'll explain in a bit, you need to make sure your social media bio is optimized, and your Facebook or any platforms that you're using to attract clients. So you want it to clearly state what it is that you do. So an I help statement, I help X type of person do Y thing in XYZ time frame. Simple as that. For example, I help moms drop 20 pounds of body fat in 120 days out restrictive diets, for example. That would kind of be like your offer. That goes in your bio. That's line 1. Number 2 is you want a professional picture of you, either you smiling, looking good on camera, or a picture of you looking jacked and ripped. Number 3 is the second line in your bio. You want it to have a call to action, something like message me to work with me one-on-one. And the next line, or you can add a link, so you can use Jotform, you can use Calendly. There's a lot of applications you can use for people to apply with you. You even have like Google Forms. I don't prefer Google Forms. It looks a little sloppy, but it is an option if you're trying to go the cheap route. Okay, so now people will start going to your page once you start posting content and you start pushing traffic to your page, and some people will just click the link in your bio. However, we can't rely on that. That's just not enough, because the number one reason why most coaches aren't getting customers is because nobody knows who they are. They're relying on workout videos or trying to go viral and doing things that don't work or running ads that don't really get the right traffic to their page. Whatever the case is, you can't rely on just someone clicking the link in your bio alone. You have to promote yourself, knock on doors, and market yourself. And so the way that you're going to do that is, number 1, posting content. Number 2 is you're going to message the people that come from your content. And number 3 is, once you get your first client, you're going to take that money and you're going to reinvest into your business, into paid advertising. Paid ads are hands down the fastest and easiest way to grow, especially in 2025, where only 10% of your audience is even seeing your content. So it makes it really difficult for you to grow and scale a business when only 10% of your followers are even seeing you. right? How can you gain trust with people who are never seeing your content? And so what I want you to do is launch a 5 people post. And a 5 people post is going to be a simple post that says, I'm looking for 5 enter avatar people, right? Or 5 moms who want to lose XYZ amount of weight in XYZ time frame. So for example, I'm looking for 5 moms who want to lose 15 to 20 pounds in the next 90 days without giving up your favorite foods. Message me, hell yes, for the info. You're going to put that on your story and you're going to have a voting poll. Hell yes, or yes, I'm interested, right? And whoever votes, you're then going to walk them through a little bit of a conversation to lead that conversation into a sales call, okay? You're also going to post it on your feed, but instead you're going to say comment the keyword below. So comment, I'm ready below, for example. And then anybody who comments, you're going to respond to that comment. Hey, check your DMs. I sent the info over there. And you're going to directly message them in Instagram. You're simply going to say, ask them a few questions about their goals, their struggles, their pain points, and then you're going to offer them to hop on a call. So it might start something like this. Hey, John, thanks so much for showing interest. I appreciate you. Do you mind if I ask a couple questions to see if I can help out? They're going to say yes. Awesome. What is your number 1 fitness goal in the next 90 days? I want to lose 15 pounds like the ad says or whatever, right? 2, what is your biggest challenge when it comes to losing that 15 pounds? I'm struggling with restrictive dieting. I don't know where to go, whatever they say. Cool. What are some things that you've tried? I've tried this, I've tried that, keto. Cool. The problem with keto is that it's not sustainable. Instead, with my plan, I'll show you how to lose weight while enjoying foods that you actually desire. Are you down to hop on a quick chat, see if I can help? They're going to say yes. You're going to then use Calendly to schedule that sales call, and then you're going to hop on the call and close it. Now, I don't have enough time to go through a whole entire sales script. However, on a sales call, it lasts typically about 30 minutes, and you're going to ask more questions. It's almost like an interview where you're going to consult them on where they're at, right? You're going to dig into their pain points like a doctor and then prescribe them a solution, and that would be your offer. And when you're charging, once again, $2,000, $3,000, I mean, you do the math. You don't need tons of leads for you to actually make 10 grand per month. So now that you have your launch posts or you've officially launched your business, this should allow for you to grab maybe a client or two, depending on your audience size, how warm your audience is, how often you've been posting. When I say, hey, you want automated lead gen, automated lead gen is great, but you also do want to be posting content because content is what builds trust with people. Now, with your content, there's 4 types of content you want to post. There's proof posts, which is like testimonials before and afters, and you want to make sure you drop a call to action with it. There is vulnerable posts, and that would be personal stories, challenges, adversity, things that you've gone through that was painful, because pain resonates with your audience. And our goal with our content is to get people to know us, like us, and trust us, not to go viral. The third type of content is going to be educational content or value content, a lot of people call it. That's like what I'm doing here. I'm telling you exactly how to start and scale your online fitness business completely for free. I'm giving you tips, I'm giving you tricks, I'm giving you step-by-step tutorial on how to do it. So that might be 3 tips on how to burn body fat during the summer, right? For example. And those are different types of content that you are going to post. The 4th type of content is going to be lifestyle content about your family, your wife, your dog, random things that you do. And this just allows for people to connect with you on a human level. Those are the 4 types of content that you're going to post. It's also okay to experiment with viral type of content and short pieces of content are like 7 seconds long and pictures and carousels. Social media is supposed to be for you to get creative and open up and try things that are unique and different from everybody else. So I encourage you to try those things. Now, the other thing that you're going to do is you don't want to just rely on that launch post alone, is you're going to create a list of 30 to 50 people. I'm talking about friends, family members, old clients, and you're going to reach out to them. You're simply going to message them. Don't message them to actually post. Just say, hey, John, we've been friends for a while now, and I'm reaching out because I'm starting a new offer where I'm going to help busy men like you drop 30 pounds in the next 90 days without giving up your favorite foods. Would you be interested, or is there anybody that you know that you can refer to me? And once you send this out to 30 to 50 people, you might have a contact list of 500, 1,000 people. Even better. The more shots you take, the more shots you're going to land, right? The more you're going to win, the more shots you take. So if you have more people than that, then reach out to all of them. Now, what this should do is get you 1 to 2 customers. So even if you just make the bare minimum of $2,000 from that, we now want an automated system that brings in guaranteed leads and followers and grows your audience on autopilot even when you're sleeping. Because the organic game, it's tough, it's rough, it's challenging, it takes long. And I'm not saying it doesn't work, But if you're looking to grow faster, like, why not? Now that I've already made the mistakes and I'm doing what I'm doing, what I would have done at that time is take my money and invest into paid ads or boosted posts. What you're going to do is once you post a piece of content, anything that's performing a little bit better, just put some money behind it, like $10 a day, and you're going to track the metrics. If you're boosting it for profile views, which is automated followers coming in, that means it's going to get you followers guaranteed every single day without you lifting a finger or posting content. And once again, I'm not saying to stop posting content because you want to build trust, but we're not relying on the content making us money. Does that make sense? Even though the content will still make you money, I might feel like I'm contradicting myself, but what I'm trying to say is we don't want to rely on content. We also don't want to rely on ads. We want to use a hybrid system of both where it turns your business or your Instagram into an atomic bomb, essentially, into a whole entire ecosystem where you constantly have new traffic coming in, strangers coming in, but these strangers are also being nurtured and warmed up so that they can book sales calls. Cool? So what I like to do is I look at my content, I see what's outperforming the rest, and I'll just boost it for like $10 a day, and I'll keep my eye on it. What I'm looking for is 50 cents to $1 cost per follower. Okay, so when you click on view analytics, when you boost it, it'll tell you how much you're paying per profile view. It'll tell you how much you're paying per follower. If it doesn't, then just calculate it yourself, right? It'll tell you exactly how many followers came from it and how much you spent on the ad. So obviously, if you spent $30 on the ad and you got 30 followers, your cost per follower is $1. Keep it running. But what you're gonna do is start messaging these followers as they come in. You're gonna create conversations that lead to sales calls with these people that are coming in from your follower ad. Now, the other way is to set up the objective for messages. Okay, this is where you're gonna get direct messages on autopilot, even if you don't post. And I'm not saying to not post once again. So let's say you create another 5 people post. And disclaimer, do not use before and after pictures for that because it probably won't get approved and it might even shut down your ad account. So be careful. So if you boost something with a call to action and you boost it for the objective of messages, you'll now get people diving into your DMs on autopilot. Like, hey, I'm interested. Messaging you the keyword, I'm ready, whatever your keyword is. And you go through the same conversation script that we discussed a little bit earlier in the 5 people post. Am I making sense? Now, as you start to get leads and book sales calls, just slowly and gradually start to increase the actual budget for it. Now, there's a lot of other KPIs that go into it, such as your cost per message or your cost per call, your cost per show up, your cost per close call, and also, your ROAS. And these are important KPIs to be measuring. So I'll quickly cover them with you. So if you're at a $2,000 offer, what you want to do is create a spreadsheet where you're calculating all these totals. So an ideal or benchmark for cost per message that we're looking for is between $5 and $20. So if we're beyond that $20, we probably want to turn it off. So you generally want to give your ads about 3 days or your boosted posts about 3 days to run until you turn it off. If you run it for 3 days and, for example, your cost per message is like $40, turn it off. The ad's not good and start a new one. This doesn't mean ads don't work. It just means you have to test things, okay? If it's between $5 and $20 or even less than $5, keep it running, okay? The second KPI that we're looking for is cost per booked call. So how much are we paying for someone to actually hop on the call with us? The target or the benchmark that we're looking for is between $40 and $150. So more than $150, we probably want to at least pause the ad and look at the messages or potentially turn it off. This might mean your messaging is no good, or it might mean the ad is attracting the wrong people. Okay, it's one of the two. The next KPI that we're looking for is we're looking for cost per acquisition, or CAC, cost to acquire customer. This means what are you spending to actually get money back? And a target for that we're looking for is anywhere between $300 and up to $700. Anything above that, you're just going to decrease your ROAS on your ads, meaning your return on investment. Ideally, we're looking for a 5x return on investment. So what us marketers call is return on ad spend, okay? So if we spend $700 to acquire a $2,000 customer, that's a 3x ROAS. So it's a little bit on the high side, but it's still pretty good. I want better, but I'm okay with spending $700 to $2,000 versus like posting content all day, hoping and praying people come into us, throwing shit at the wall and hoping something that sticks. I'd rather spend like $500 to make $2,000. And what you can do to increase those ROAS or ROI is either increase your prices or get better at messaging to lower your cost per book call and lower your CAC. Is that making sense? So those are the main metrics that you're looking for. Once again, that would be cost per message, cost per book call, CAC, and then your ROAS. Those are the four main metrics, okay? So cost per message, we're looking for anywhere between $5 to $20. Cost per book call, anywhere between $40 and $150. Some of you might even spend less, some of you might spend a little bit more, but once it goes past that $150, we kind of want to like raise some red flags to see what the fuck's going on. And then we have CAC. What are we paying to get a customer? Which we're looking for a target anywhere between $300 to $700. $700 is maximum. We could potentially get it for less than $300. We have some clients paying $150 to get a customer, but we're trying to be conservative here. And that's it. So now that we have a marketing system that's not just bringing in new traffic every single day, but our content is nurturing them and building trust and getting them to book sales calls. And the next thing is going to be sales, right? So now that you got leads coming in, it's like you're going to have to constantly optimize your sales skills and refine that and get better and better. Otherwise, you're just going to be dumping money down the drain. But from here, you should be at about 10 grand per month. If you're looking to scale, you simply just increase the ad spend, and that's that. It's that simple to grow and scale an online fitness business. So you need a killer offer, number one. Number two is you need a marketing system. And number three is you just need a sales process. 3 simple steps to grow and scale your online fitness business. Now, I know we covered a lot here. Now, I just want to explain to you how we can help you get there faster. What we do for our clients is actually run the ads for them. We actually do all the copywriting for their content, meaning we write it all out for you. You just hop on camera and record yourself. We remove all the guesswork out of the marketing, plus we coach and consult you on the whole entire thing. If I'm being honest, it's extremely difficult to grow a business with or without a coach, but it's damn near impossible to grow one if you don't have one. It's a lot of guesswork, and what we do is remove all that from you. So there's 3 things we help you out with. Number one is to create your high ticket offer for you, and you're going to stand out in the market and be unique and different from all of your competitors. Number 2 is what we call the automated client getting machine. Okay, so instead of you trying to figure out marketing and KPIs and ads yourself, what we do is take over all the marketing for you while teaching you how to do it. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've spent over $200,000 on coaching programs, and I found that the problem with that is that there's just a ton of information overload and no execution. There's nobody actually doing any of the work with you. Now, I'm not going to say we do all the work, but as I mentioned, we write out all your content, and we've already spent over $1 million on ads and posted hundreds of thousands of pieces of content. So we already know what works organically and with paid ads, and we write it all out for you. 3 is we create, launch, and manage all of your ads with a proven system that we know works. You can try to do it on your own, but because we've already spent $1 million plus on ads and helped 1,200 personal trainers run successful ads, we already know it works in social media and the ads and the AI and the tracking and the messaging and your content. And to make sure that your cost per lead is within target, your cost per book call, your CAC, and all that stuff, we know how to make sure you're on target so you get at least a 5x return on your investment. Cool? Now, this system is designed to guarantee you 10 to 20 qualified leads per day completely on autopilot, which would equate to 5 to 10 sales calls per week on autopilot. Cool? And the third thing is, and this is by far the most important, is that we're not just giving you a long, confusing program like a lot of coaches do, you know, a long, confusing course, big, long videos and shit like that, but we're in the trenches with you. We're teaching you how to do it, and we're holding you accountable meanwhile during the whole process. So every day you'll be provided with daily action steps with actual timelines and deadlines to show you exactly what to focus on day by day. That way there you're never lost, confused, or stuck. Now, you still are going to have times where you're confused, where you're stuck, and that's why we do one-to-one coaching, where we're not just running the ads and creating the content for you, but we're also consulting you and like sitting down with you and telling you what to do and how to fix problems in your business. Because the reality is business owners, we're firemen. We're constantly putting out fires and fixing problems. Every new level that you enter creates a new problem to solve. When you're going from 0 to 5K, when you're going to 5 to 10K, when you're going to 10K to 30K, there's new problems that you face, and we're there to solve them every single moment with you. And that's where the coaching, the consulting, and the actual accountability comes in, is to keep you on track, to keep your mindset sharp, and make sure that you're never lost, confused, and stuck. So we have 24/7 access with our coaches to make sure you stay on track, and a community of over 300 trainers and coaches where you can connect with and network with and build an actual relationship with and learn what to do and what not to do. So if you're looking for that type of support where we run the ads, create the marketing for you, and guarantee you leads every single day, then all you have to do is click the link in the description below. If not, please subscribe, Drop a comment on what you're struggling with the most, and I'd be happy to create a new video for you. Peace.